disabilities. I agree with Tim, and even Mr. Erskine alluded to that society is ready for that change, and we are seeing change. But I would agree with what Tim Schreiber said. We are in the middle of a dignity revolution. And as I sit there and think about our role, we are the patriots. We are the soldiers. We are what's going to change in collaboration and in partnership, hand in hand with our athletes and Special Olympics. We're going to change those attitudes. And someday, far from now, because we do still have a lot of work to do, as Mr. Erskine said, someday, far from now, there will be people sitting in this room thinking back about what you have done, the battles that were fought, the victories, the challenges, but they will be sitting in a time when there is no more injustice, there is no more bias. It's just equality and inclusion. We might not be around to see it, but I have faith it will happen. And again, it happens because this is the life you have chosen as a law enforcement officer and then as a torch runner. I was in a conversation the other day with the executive council. We were having some topics about some initiatives. And a fellow council member brought up, we're not just law enforcement in this room. We're a special breed of law enforcement. Because not every one of our brothers and sisters are on board yet, but we'll keep trying to make that happen. But like I said, this is a life you choose. And you choose this life, you fight this battle, you are led by that flame. A flame that represents the strength of our athletes, courage, and the justice that we seek. Because you are so committed, and because you are here, it is our responsibility to ensure that there are others to replace us. Others that we can pass the torch off to in a year from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. It's important that we ensure there are people like you who have chosen this life to sit here 30 years from now with Chief LeMunyon, if you remember his comments, who will be here, I have no doubt, 30 years from now, to sit here and continue to fight the fight that we're fighting now. And in fact, perhaps, we hope, celebrate the victory that we all pursue. Mr. Erskine talked about, it's about what matters. Well, what you do does matter, as he alluded to. And what you do does count. And I could not say it any better than he did. You certainly are a heart behind the badge. And I'm grateful for being a part of that. And I thank you for allowing me to share a few thoughts with you. But you're not here to listen to me. It is always a great honor and privilege to introduce the man that started us 31 years ago, who's carried us through this movement, who truly every single day continues to lead this movement, lead our executive council, be the spokesperson for us and the inspiration for us for everything that we do. It's my great pleasure to introduce the father of our torch run and a dear friend, Chief Richard LeMunyon.
Thank you very much for allowing me. And each year I try to figure out what am I going to say different. And there's really nothing more to say different. But if I'm going to keep coming back for 30 more years, I better figure out something. But it's been a great conference. Each year I just wonder how in the world are they going to outdo the one before, but they always do. And it's because of everything. It's because of you primarily, but all the people, all the planning, and all the reasons for it. We all have a good time at these conferences. but it's a working conference. It's something you learn at. It's something you get inspired with. It's something that you take back to your fellow brothers and sisters to encourage them, to bring them on board. But it takes a lot. You know, and the Indiana law enforcement people have been so great. You know, we've mentioned Mike, and I don't know if Jim Reno's been mentioned, but he's been great. And of course, the Special Olympics International Indiana staff, Mike and all of his crew, they've been super. And especially the Indiana Special Olympians and the global messengers. Let's give them a big hand.